I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever. And now a lot of content creators are using like the 5-second clip
If
in the
you
very
know
beginning where
that,
I'm
then
like,
why'd you post
you're a
it?
lazy piece of shit, get a new job. I am out of touch, first and foremost. Okay, I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience.
Don't you want to be relatable though? Isn't like being relatable part of being an influencer? How can anyone support an influencer if they don't relate to them? I don't know.
Come be an awkward beat with me.
Hi, if you're seeing this part of the video, then you made it past the intro. Welcome, welcome. My name is the Run Love, and if you don't know me, you're about to know me today. And as you can see, we're going to be reacting to James Charles. You heard me right, James Charles. Also, do we like the new setup? My desk is just more in front of the window, so that's why I look paler than normal. I moved everything around, see? But on a serious note, guys, on a serious fucking note, I have seen other people review this man. I've never been a big fan of him. Never. And I was not surprised when I found out that he's a PDF who likes to kidnap 14, 13-year-old boys, you know. So with great pleasure and displeasure, we are going to watch part 1, 2, and 3. There are much more parts, but honey, I can only handle a dumb white man who's in the gay community for so fucking long, guys. You can't expect me to do this whole thing, okay? So, we're gonna watch this together, and we're gonna try and get through it. I'm gonna give my honest commentary to it because yes, I've seen all the reviews, but like, I want to actually watch the video and see. You know what I mean? Let's get into it.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure that
Is this thing on? First off, James, last I recall, you got famous when you were a teen. You don't know what work feels like. You're so gay, but you've never even been a barista. Like, you don't know shit about work, man. On top of that, you're white, and you're physically appealing to other white people. You don't understand hard work because everything is systemically coming easier to you. And this is coming from someone who is Native American and black. So I just don't. I know I look pale in this video because of the light, but like, for real, you don't know struggle. Okay? You don't. So also, that face doesn't look good on you.
they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled.
Sorry. He keeps getting me when I'm about to eat, bro. Because I got a snack when it comes to this stuff. This is just awful. James, you're entitled. You are entitled. One of the most entitled influencers I have ever seen. And you want to call her entitled when she's just trying to survive? Do you know what I would do with the money that you make? I would not live in a fancy mansion. 50% of that would be going to people who need it, such as single mothers and kids who can't even afford food to go to, like, for lunch to go to school with. You know what you do with your millions? You keep it all to yourself and for your business. So, you disgust me, you horrible piece of white gay trash. Oh, for YouTube's sake, I'm not hating I'm not homophobic. I'm bisexual. So, And I love gay people. I just don't like white trash, racist PDF versions of them. So, just saying. All right.
And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of...
So you admit it. You admit that okay. First off, airlines is dead. Spirit Airlines, dead. Okay? She wasn't just her. Thousands of people lost their job. You don't know her struggle at all. You probably were her last resort, because who would want to talk to your mega mind looking ass head? Who would want to talk to you about making money? And you know, you keep interrupting my snack, and I might have to come through this goddamn screen and hit the curls off your fucking head. You want to talk about fake? Okay, sure. White, able-bodied. Coming from someone who literally makes millions of dollars. But okay. I'm gonna try and keep it cute. Gonna try and be quiet.
Other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe? I can at least like...
Bro, you even admitted that you know that. So, James, if you're trying to find a reason why, what about kindness? What about kindness? Just being kind. You have so much money, it would literally be like a penny in comparison to send her, what was it, $1,600? It's like $16 out of millions for you. Genuinely. Like, you pissed me off, bro. You pissed me off.
1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try, because now you pissed me off, okay? I'm not the one. Go
You
find
pissed
fucking
me
Mr.
off,
Reese. This
bitch.
is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally going to be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's going to be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else dies.
You are sick.
Like, go find...
No apology can make up for this. Y'all understand what he just said? Basically, what he just said was that he would create a Hunger Games for them. You know, the people died in the Hunger Games, right? You know, James, I already thought this before, but you're kind of proving my point that you're also racist. You don't care about black people. And you sure as hell don't care about the poor. Hell. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It costs you nothing to be nice. Nothing. Not a fucking dime in your pocket to be nice. Hell, you could have gave her the $1,600 and started your own GoFundMe for Spirit Airlines. That's what you could have done. But no, you want to be a dick.
Find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this.
Oh, so you have
Maybe
to
I would
literally
help.
dying.
Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? Oh. What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
You wouldn't know this, honey. Sweet James of mine. You wouldn't know this. But it is so hard right now to get a job. Even tech bros can't get a fucking job, bro. Go on, be a little pretty little princess. We all know you take back shots. Fucking twink. Come to me with some more masculinity. Say it with your fucking chest. And stop talking like a pillow princess. How about that? You want to talk like that? Okay, cool. If a Spirit Airlines motherfucker, I can guarantee you. You know what? You know what? I shouldn't be slut shaming. Shouldn't be doing it. But God, you bring out the worst in people. I swear you do.
Ah!
That was part one. This video, I can already tell, is going to be a long one. Because I don't understand how you, as a fellow human, can be so cruel. You may have never had to work, but you did have a family that loves you. And I know they taught you some decent morals. I mean, shit, they accepted you with your tyrant ass. And I'm trying to stay calm in how I talk because, truth be told, I want to put my fist through the damn screen. Okay? In this video, I'm snacking to try and not be rageful. I don't want to be enraged. You know what I mean? But you pushing me. So, I'm going to go make me some nachos real quick. And we're going to continue. Because it's that kind of video today. You stressing me out, James. You stressing me the fuck out. I have returned with some queso. Some chips. Queso blanco. Because listen, if I'm going to have to listen to this, hold on. If I'm going to have to listen to this shit, okay? I'm like, damn. All right, let's get into part two. Part two.
I stand behind what I said 10 toes down. The reason I made that video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation.
After James Charles deleted this viral video of a Spirit airline employee who lost her job asking for him for money, he made this follow-up part 2 video the next morning, which he also apparently just deleted. If you haven't seen it, here it is in its entirety.
I ended up deleting the video that I posted yesterday talking about people who send me GoFundMe links that have never followed, supported, DM me before, just begging for money. And most people were like enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments. And a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive.
Okay. Who was agreeing with you? Were they white and entitled just like you? Because those are the only people that are agreeing with you, honey. Only people. Promise. Now let me get back to my chips. Because you make a bitch hungry.
And they're right. It was definitely a harsh choice of words. Maybe not my best video. And I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever. And now a lot of content creators are using like the 5-second clip in the very beginning where I'm like,
why'd you post it?
you're a lazy piece of shit, get a new job, to upload their cute little think pieces being like, influencers are all so out of touch. This is so disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days. Oh my God, give me a fucking break. I am out of touch, first and foremost, okay? I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky, I think it's annoying, and I also think it's quite insulting to the...
Don't you want to be relatable, though? Isn't, like, being relatable part of being an influencer? How can anyone support an influencer if they don't relate to them? I don't know. Wealth doesn't have to be... You having wealth doesn't mean you have to be... you automatically are not relatable. Dude, you could talk about your anxieties, you know? Like, or what it would... Like, you could talk about the journey becoming that and just, you know, saying, hey, I'm enjoying my life now because I worked so hard then. I mean, in a way, James, you worked kind of hard on... Like, you didn't really work hard, but you did luck out. And you should be very humbled by that. You should be very humbled by the fact that you were lucky to get as famous as you did. Because truth be told, you could be out here with just like the rest of us. Had luck not been on your side, but continue.
The audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done. It didn't start that way though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream for myself and was determined to literally do anything to make it happen. And luckily, I've been blessed to be able to do that.
See, James, that's the spirit. Except it's not the spirit right now because you did not show that in the first video. If you had showed that this kind of energy in the first video, there would be no need to apologize. Instead of coming online with anger, you literally could just come on and be like, hey, how can I help? I can give you advice on how to work hard, you know. I can definitely give you some money, but I also want to help you. Like, if your problem is that you feel like they're not working hard enough, maybe help them and offer a service to teach them if that's how you fucking feel. Because that would be a lot better than you just flaunting the fact that you're rich and white and have barely had to work for anything. So, the hardest thing you've worked on is that fucking ass. Okay? The hardest thing that you've worked on is maybe your makeup and maybe your voice. But your voice isn't that good. I'm sorry. Like, sorry about the dings in the back. I'm too lazy to freaking turn off my phone. Like, I work a 32 hour to 40 hour week. And on top of that, I run my business. And on top of that, I do my social media. Do you see me going to people and being like, oh my God, get another job? No, you don't see me doing that. I understand, bro. Like, it was hard to find the job that I even got. You know what I mean? The business is literally like a security and hopefully helping people. You are not helping people. You're just being an entitled asshole. But go off, King, I guess.
And now call this my full-time job. The reason I made that video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire.
How do you know that? Again, how do you know that you were not her last resort? You probably were. Honestly, you probably were her last resort. Nobody wants to talk to you, James. Seriously. No one cares about your money. The only person that cares about your money is you. Be real.
To actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation, they immediately result in asking for help. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for help. In my personal opinion, though, it should be a last resort. If you
again, how do you know that she didn't? All right, in the comments, you guys, I need you to put specifically people. It doesn't matter if you have a job or not. Put in the comments how many applications you had to go through to get your current job, or if you still don't have a job, how many of you applied. Bro, it's such a rigorous process. Like, it really is. And, like, your earlier point about her being able-bodied and white in the first video, do you realize that her being a woman is, like, the best way for her to that's her biggest disadvantage? Nobody wants to talk about it, but yes, white women, they do get more opportunities than, like, minorities. But you want to know, the number one hated demographic in the entire world is women. You are blessed to have a penis, young man. But go off, I guess.
disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people responding back to the video being like, oh my gosh, he has no idea how hard the job market is. I've been applying for new jobs for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years now, and I've literally heard back nothing from any of the jobs. I'm sorry that that is happening to people. I know that the job market fucking sucks. I've heard so many horror stories. I can't even imagine what that's like. Those are the people, in my opinion, that are totally valid and asking for help. The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week at Spirit Airlines, along with 17,000 other people. And granted, I don't know this person. Maybe making a GoFundMe link was really their last resort. I just personally do not believe that to be the case, because I know for a fact that they sent the same exact DM.
It's annoying how aware he is, but he contradicts himself all the time. It's like he's aware, but it's obvious he truly does not give a shit. He doesn't care, bro. He just doesn't. Like, I understand that you're not a charity service. No one asked you to be. But $1,600 again is like 16 cents, maybe even $16 out of millions of money that you make just from shaking that fucking ass and doing makeup. So yeah. No room to talk. This is zero accountability. You can say anything, but you're not accountable. You're really not. Because you don't care. This is not a real apology. For real, it's not. You really are doubling down. It's so stupid.
To hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never DM'd me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms. They have never purchased from...
How do you know they haven't supported you? Just because she hasn't DM'd you? She could have been watching your videos all day long. Especially on YouTube, you don't get notified who specifically likes your videos and who specifically is viewing. The only really thing you have is maybe some of the subscribers. And her, like, if it's a private, account, it's not going to show you that she's subscribed to you. So how do you know when you have millions and millions of followers? You can't keep up with those numbers. I'm tired of hearing him say, like, she's never supported me. How do you not know that? Obviously, she knows who you are. I don't really know who you are. I don't care to know who you are. Your vibe is PDF. Your vibe is racist white boy who thinks he's cute because he's gay. Like, you are not an icon or a legend. You're a tyrant, and I don't like you. Let's go.
Painted. This person was literally just spam copying and pasting this DM to every person that they assumed had money to offer them. And I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled.
Where's
I'm
your
sorry if that comes
receipts,
across
James?
as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's fucking hard out there. Nobody owes anybody.
This is a lot to say. I don't know if you were, but I guarantee you were one of the social media people that was crying tears. Vomiting, shaking tears about TikTok going down, but you weren't ready to find another job, honey, because you've never worked a day in your pretty little life. Honestly, you're not that pretty, though.
Anything, the universe will constantly remind you of that, and a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes. I stand...
Oh, so a little bit of effort. You literally just said you don't know her. You were her last resort. Maybe you could give in a little effort.
Behind what I said, 10 toes down. Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from, right? Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup and have positively impacted my life every single Friday. Hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help? Probably would have gone a lot further than a generic message. Or, instead of copy and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or...
That's great. I don't see you physically helping her with that. And how would you know? You don't have any experience applying to places. You don't. The only thing you're used to applying to, not even really, is collaborations. You're not even worth a collaboration. Y'all, this nacho is good. The nachos are why I'm not yelling. Okay? Just deal with it.
Hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job and why they should want you on their team. I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, the little bit of extra effort does go a very long way.
On the other side of... Chip. On the other side of what, James? On the other side of what? You have never been a real worker. You don't know the struggle, honey, so stop pretending that you do. You say that you aren't trying to be a pretender. Bitch, you literally a hypocrite in front of my face. Everything you say contradicts itself. Folds in on itself. Like, man, you're just a void of stupidity. You want to sound so intellectual about the poor experience. Maybe be poor. I don't know. Right.
And unfortunately, taking the easy route is usually never going to work. That's just my 2 cents. Just a word of advice. You can take it, you can leave it. It's all good. I just wanted to provide some more context on my video yesterday because I do not like how it's being twisted and taken out of context. It was definitely never my intention to undermine anybody who's trying to work and provide a better future for themselves, their family, and their love.
Okay, I'm not listening to that bullshit. I'm not listening to that bullshit, okay? That lime tastes good, bro. It does. Honestly, I don't know what to say because I feel like I don't even know if I want to watch the actual apology video because, again, he has shown time and time again that he feels invincible. No matter what he says, he'll get away with it, right? That is how he feels. And a lot of people seem to not remember the fact that he literally kidnapped a 13, 14-year-old boy. You can do your own research on that. I'm not going to be doing a segment on that right now. But what I am going to say is this disgusting piece of crap, scum of my shoe, beyond earthworm material, I'm going to be so for real. I don't like you simply because you're a PDF and you're making things worse by what you are. And I don't think you understand. Anyone who's a PDF doesn't deserve to live. They just don't. It's not something you can heal or grow from. It's just you being disgusting. So how about this? How about this? Let me be one of the people to tell you, you are scum. You are not a bad bitch. You a little bitch that needs to be buried. Case in point. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get to this final part before I lose my mind. This is definitely a longer video. I was not expecting it to be this long, but it is what it is. Tell me in the comments what you guys think so far, because y'all, this is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man.
Weeks ago now about the Spirit Airlines situation was awful. That video was terrible. It was nasty. It was disrespectful. It was completely unnecessary. And seeing clips of it all over my For You page is embarrassing to say the least. There is no excuse for making that video, so I'm not going to sit down today and try to give you one. I fucked up, point blank period. When I initially posted that video, it was on my spam account, which for anybody that might not be familiar is basically my second page where every piece of content is me crashing out and yelling at the camera over any random topic. The videos are supposed to be relatable and funny, and I talk about things like the hantavirus crews or parking tickets or the cost of guacamole, but nothing about that Spirit Airlines video was in line with that content at all. I, to be completely honest with you, don't know what I was going through that day that led to me or allowed me to be so triggered by an individual one-off message like that, and I really don't know what the hell went through my head to think it was appropriate in any way, shape, or form to make a piece of content about somebody reaching out asking for a helping hand at a vulnerable time. The intention behind that video was not to accuse anybody unemployed of being lazy, and it was also not to accuse any hardworking people of not working hard enough, but that is how the video came across, and I feel fucking terrible for contributing to those narratives. I know that when I post this video today, there will probably be comments of people saying, you know, James, you're only making this response because of the backlash, and I want you to know that is true. When I first posted this video, clearly I didn't see a problem with it.
Honey, I'm so unbothered about your petty little apology. I'm eating nachos to make sure that, like, I have something that actually is good in front of me. Like, this is keeping me calm, guys, I swear. But you do not matter. You don't. I don't like to say that people don't matter, but you're a PDF, so you're one of the exceptions. You don't matter. You just don't. And I hope you see this video. I really do. Because someone needs to tell you that you don't matter. Someone needs to tell you that you're a PDF and you don't deserve to be on this earth, first off. And no one should be surprised that you're a piece of shit because, well, that's what PDFs are. And unfortunately, you're a rich PDF. So you're way more entitled.
It embarrassingly did take people making videos and me getting hate comments and backlash to actually take a step back, put myself in check, and realize what I said here is not okay.
That's the problem. problem. You needed someone to you needed other people to tell you were wrong. That means you don't have moral compass. James. Can I call you James instead of sister? Because you're not my fucking sister. That is the problem. You have made so many issues that are very morally wrong, and you seem to like to say that you didn't know any better. That means you don't have a moral compass. How's it feel to be so shitty you like to say you don't have a moral compass? Because that's basically what you're saying.
Okay, and now I need to educate myself as to why. And that's what I've been working on doing
Did you have to
over the
educate
last 2
yourself as
weeks.
to why you can't talk to
I
13-year-olds?
uploaded a video on the same spam account apologizing, and since then, a lot of people have reached back out. The original Spirit Airlines employee did end up coming forward, so I was able to send her a private apology and donate to her GoFundMe, as well as several other Spirit Airlines employees that were also affected by the bankruptcy. However,
Are you going to tell the other 17,000 that they shouldn't be asking for charity?
I'm well aware that an apology video and a couple of donations from my couch in LA are not enough. In the initial video, I made a comment of like, welcome to the real world, why don't you just go get another job? And I now realize that that is literally just not possible. I knew that the economy and the job market weren't great, but I'm ashamed to admit my level of ignorance when it came to how bad it actually was. But now I'm definitely more in the loop. Because
If you're ignorant, why speak on it? When you know that people watch you. Why? Don't speak on a top. How about from now on, if you're ignorant to something, maybe do research, since you're so morally lost on this earth. Ugh.
because the last 2 weeks have been spent having a lot of conversations and listening to people. Whether it was a supporter, a non-supporter, a mean message, a nice message, I have just been reading and taking in as many stories as I possibly can to better understand what it is actually like living in the real world, because clearly I now understand and realize I have been far departed from that for a very fucking long time because of the privileged, secluded little influencer bubble that I have been in. People have shared stories with me about getting laid off, companies filing for bankruptcy. People have told me about wanting to work but not being able to because of disability or medical, or even people applying for hundreds of jobs and never hearing back from recruiters. I've heard people tell me that they have 2, 3, 4 jobs and still can't put food on the table because the cost of living is just that high. And I now realize that most people want to work but quite literally cannot because of circumstances completely out of their control and a system that is working against them every single step.
By the way, Editor Nee should put this on the screen. He is saying this, and in the description, he is advertising his business. That should tell you how real he's really being about all this, but go off, King, I guess.
Step of the way, and I feel awful for contributing to the idea that if you're not working overtime, you're not working hard enough, because that should not be the reality that we're all okay with. I know that my job as an influencer is easy as hell, right? I have such a blessed job to be able to make videos online and teach people how to do makeup. Clearly, I have lost touch with the amount of privilege that it is to be able to do this for a living, and I'm really embarrassed by that, and obviously need to come back down to earth and do my best to...
You're not embarrassed enough. You are not embarrassed enough. Ugh. Like, I definitely don't have, I have the I don't give a fuck about your opinion attitude. Like, if I make a genuine mistake, I'm gonna apologize for it. For sure. But I'm definitely gonna say and make sure people understand I was legit when I said that. And you know, sometimes you can't control being ignorant on certain things, but on a topic like this, you can't be ignorant. You just can't. This is where you do your part and do your research. Go to the library or some shit. Go around. Talk to real fucking people. Step out of your bubble. Be more responsible. And most of all, why the fuck are you advertising your business When this is supposed to be an apology video and you taking accountability. This isn't a sales clip.
To use my platform for the right reasons. Clearly, I have done not the best job of that in the past, but I can always do a better job in the future. And I want to showcase to you guys that I've heard the backlash, I'm learning, and I want to put my money where my mouth is and hopefully be able to make a long-lasting impact.
Do you?
Today, I'm going to be launching the Painted Project. This is a brand new organization that I'm working on building with my team with an initial personal contribution of $250,000.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I'll take that one. I was wrong. He's giving back to the community. How the fuck do we know that? And why would you trust him? How do we know he's actually going to give back to the community and not just use it for his business? It's named after his business. It's not a for the people project. You could have done that. You could have been like, or like, you could have named it anything else. There are too many influencers who are just like you, who make these and they smuggle the money, and we will never know if you actually donated or not. I can't with this man. I just can't. He is so stupid. Like, ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Every single cent of that is going to go directly towards helping people in need that have been affected by a crisis. Now, I will be transparent and say that launching something like this is not fast and it's not easy. It's fine. It's going to be a multi-year thing that I'm really looking forward to putting my all into. But we're starting off with 3 initial launch phases. The first phase that is going to be starting next week on paintedproject.org is going to be initial emergency relief funding. This means direct cash support and resources towards people that have been fucked over by circumstances completely out of their control, and hopefully being able to help out those individuals to get back up on their feet, working again, so they can put food on the table for themselves and their families. The second phase of this is going to be working with local organizations that are actually on the ground to make sure that once those people are back up working again in the workforce, they're able to stay in those career paths to continue being successful and growing. The third step, which is going to be a little bit further down the line, but I'm very excited about, is going to be providing scholarships and tuitions towards creative education programs. This platform and job has changed my life and my family's life forever. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would love to be working in creative industries, but can't because of roadblocks that are out of their control. I would love to be able to fully fund and sponsor tuitions and scholarships to hopefully make the jump into these creative fields a little bit easier. Now, I definitely have more ideas of future phases that I would love to be able to bring to life for the Painted Project, but for right now, these are just the first 3 that we are working on, and you can currently log on to paintedproject.org to learn more about our game plan and our timeline of how we're going to bring these to life, and I look forward to keeping you guys posted with more updates and information as soon as I have them. Now, I do want to make it really clear that I know launching this right now is probably going to look just as performative as making an apology video or sending out donations, and I have to be okay with that.
Because you are performative, James. As it stands right now, nobody is going to want to donate to you. You most likely are going to have to put your own money in that before anyone believes that. Better have a hell of a fucking PR team, I'll tell you that. Because, like, I've never liked you, and now I just hate you. And I'm a creative, and I definitely need a scholarship. I would never take the money that came from your program. For the simple fact that it makes you look good, a PDF. No one wants to freaking support a PDF. And whoever does, you're weird. Start your own program. In fact, you know what? Somebody share this with, like, major influencers. See who can raise the most money and kick James Charles to the curb. He shouldn't have a platform, shouldn't be able to do shit, shouldn't even have a business.
I know that I can't undo my video or erase the impact of the words that I chose to say, that's my own fault.
Then
but
why are you trying?
I hope that by launching this, I can at least show you guys I'm listening, I'm learning, and I really want to use my platform
You are not
in the best way that I
learning.
possibly can. And I
You're
think
trying
the
to
100
have another
Project
way
is
to
a really
escape.
great first step way of doing so. And hopefully an opportunity to turn something really shitty into something a little bit more positive. I want to say a massive thank you to anybody that
Okay, let me make a point here, guys. This is his way of having an out. Like, dude, millionaires do this all the time. They have a little project to go back to the poor, and then they go right back to doing stupid shit. In fact, the guy that owned the island, y'all know who I'm talking about, did this all the time. Like, ugh. Do not trust this man. For the safety of your kids, do not trust this man. This project might seem to help when really it is a band-aid to cover up his bullshit.
it's reached out over the course of the last 2 weeks to be vulnerable and share their story with me. I clearly needed a massive reality check, and speaking to you guys has really helped with that. And I also want to say thank you to anybody that's taken the time to watch this video all the way through. I'll be in touch soon.
Okay. I am just going to say this point blank period, all right? I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to look eye to eye right now, okay? I don't believe a word this man says. Once a PDF, always a PDF. Once a scammer, always a scammer. Literally, once an asshole, always an asshole. There is no way. There is just no freaking way. There is no way that you guys believe his bullshit. Put it in the comments. Do you believe? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Sorry. Truth be told, I'm not going to judge you if you do decide to go with this project, but I might be over here like, come on, dude, you could do better. Like, this is so ridiculous and this is so stupid. I don't understand how he thought this was going to make anything better. It's not. What it's going to do is it's just going to cover a band-aid. He's going to think he got away with it. And you know what? He might. Y'all have let him get away with much worse than this. I know you hear me saying it throughout the whole video, but you don't understand. Y'all let this man be able to live richly and assault minors. Y'all did that. I wasn't a part of that. Now, if you're watching this and you're not a supporter of James Charles, never was, I mean, good for you, but this is more like that part was more to people who've been supporting him. Why would you do that? When he literally admitted, like, I saw so many videos of him being like, yeah, I did that. It was a moral compass thing. That's why I say the moral compass thing. Because, like, he's lost. Like, I'm going to put it somewhere. Maybe over here. Yeah, right here. A screenshot. Like, look at him. He's at 38, 39, whatever. He lost millions and millions and millions of followers over airlines. He should have lost more than that when people found out he kidnapped a child. That's all I got for you guys today. Put in the comments what you think. Put in the comments, just literally anything that you think about this subject, because I feel like James Charles definitely was someone I needed to look at and review and react to, because I did not watch the full videos, and I'm not going to sit here and like hate somebody improperly. If I'm going to hate on somebody, I'm going to watch the whole video. I'm going to nitpick at everything. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to do this properly. So I love you guys. Don't be a James Charles. Don't be a PDF. Don't be on my hate list. Okay. I love you so much. If you're a subscriber, you are now a panda baby. Come to the front. Come to the front. I know I'm tired, but come to the front. Mwah! Gotta kiss that forehead that ain't like James. Okay. But no. I also want to say you guys are crazy. We went from 150, 170 or 80 followers. We're now at like 190. That is crazy. We are almost at the halfway point to reaching the goal of 500 subs. So if y'all can do me a favor, make sure to like, share, push all the buttons, push the bell notification. You know the deal. You've been on YouTube. You know the deal. So help this small creator who is definitely not a PDF and actually hates PDFs with a core. How about, ramping me up a little bit, all right? Anyway, I love you. You have a great day. And if you want to support me more, go to the description. All right, love you. Bye.